He'll obviously have a lot of votes to deliver to somebody.
Yes, for some reason that we don't understand in Alabama, I guess, Governor Wallace, although we have printed so much about corruption in government, and although he is the governor, and although he hired most of the people that are running the departments, the people in Alabama have never connected him personally to the corruption. They consider that he's completely honest and completely without blame in this.
When he's with his own people, his power base, the old George can be his true scratching self, free from the protection of Cornelia, who has put out a directive that the governor can be interviewed only if his table manners are off the record. Cornelia has also directed that her husband must be guarded at all times, like a president or a Kennedy or the most powerful politician in America that he is. George's place in American politics almost caused his death during the last presidential campaign. And the next presidential campaign has already begun, and with it a struggle for power in which George and his folks almost certainly hold the key.
That I appreciate the fact that you have allowed me to come through the rough years to better years, in the sense that the things that we advocated and talked about, they didn't listen. And some of the news media over the country sometimes say today, have you changed? Well, I said, no, I haven't changed all of that much. All of us have changed. We live in a period of change. But you didn't listen in the first place to what we had to say. You had us stereotyped. You had us in this particular region of the country as something less than good, not quite up to par with other people, and therefore you didn't listen. But now you have to listen, because I am so proud of the prediction that I made 10 years ago, that someday they're going to discover us. Someday they're going to find us out. And when they discover us, they're going to come to see us. Well, you know, we've had the president of our country twice in this state in the last 3 years. And in Huntsville the other day, unlike what his party used to say, what did he say? Alabama is the conscience of America. That's what he said.
The important part is not whether he can be elected president. The important part is whether he's convinced that he has a chance to be elected president. You know, politicians get to the point to where they believe things that are kind of far out. And if he's convinced that he can become president, I think that he'll go all out for that. If he is convinced with the information and he has a good feedback. If he's convinced that he can't be president, then I think he would accept a compromise of vice president rather than just playing the spoiler's part.
Could you imagine yourself as a first lady in Washington?
Well, yes, a little reluctantly, but I guess I would be very thrilled to see my husband be president if he would want to. But I have no desire to assume those awesome responsibilities.